Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I am really excited because I put in an order for some Pinky Rose Cosmetics eyeshadows, which I'd heard good things about but hadn't tried, and here they are. I've gone ahead and put them all in this magnetic palette. This is one that I got on Amazon. I think it was like $15, something like that, but Prime, so free shipping, and I got it really quickly. The only thing with this, I think it says it holds like 26 eyeshadows. This bundle that I bought has 24, but these are like a standard size eyeshadow. These are about the same size as what an ABH eyeshadow single would be, or like a Morphe single eyeshadow if you depotted them. And some of these blank spaces are because they don't fit all the way across width-wise on this. So like this one, if I try to push it up, it just stops right there. It'll go in, but then you see it pushed this one up, so there's not quite enough room. For something that I got on Amazon, I guess maybe that's to be expected. It's not going to be perfect, but it works out just fine. I really like this one. It's a really pretty marble design, both front and back, and then it's got a mirror. That was an important thing for me, is to have a Z palette like this with a mirror, just because I like to use whatever palette that the eyeshadows are in as my mirror. Here in like my closet where I typically sit and do my makeup, I don't have like a separate vanity mirror, so I do prefer that. Anyway, I really like this. I'm going to go ahead and do some swatches for you guys, and then we're going to do at least one look with this. I've already played with a few of them. Some of them you might be able to tell have swatch marks in them, but we're going to go ahead and swatch these out, and then we will do some eye looks. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start an eye look with this palette. Now this is a fall bundle that I bought. I'm not really sure what I want to do. I of course love all of these oranges over here. We do have a row of kind of some more cool tones, like this one's a little bit purple. Maybe they look a little bit warmer in the light, but in person they're a little bit more cool. I also love these greens. I just love all of these colors. Well, let me go ahead and do my primer first. Let's not forget that. I also have a Pinky Rose primer. This is a new product, from my understanding, that they have. It's their primer base stick, so it's Pump Your Base. They have a lot of different colors. These can be used on the eyes, they can be used on the lips, on the cheeks. I have the shade, what is this, Hip Hop, so it's just a real neutral color. Looks like this. It's a stick, and it says to put this on your eyelid, but then also like under your line, which I'm gonna do today. I don't typically do shadow on my lower lashes just because, or my lash line, because I have an issue with it sticking, but I'm hoping that maybe this will help. I usually get some degree of raccoon eyes just from having shades on my lower lash line, so we're going to go ahead and give that a try. I have used this a few different times. The thing about it that maybe I'm not crazy fond of is it is a little stiff. It's not the creamiest product, but it does provide a nice tacky base, which I like. I typically don't set my primer. I like to just go in with the shadows because I want them to be pretty saturated in color, so that's kind of my thing when it comes to primers. Before I got this one just a few days ago, this is what I've been exclusively using since I got it, but I have the P. Louise base, which I really like. That, of course, on the recommendation of Nikki Tutorials, Kathleen Lights, they all love it. And it's not too expensive. You get like a half ounce or something like that for $15, and it a little goes a very long way. So I like that one. Okay, so I've got my primer on, so let's go ahead and choose our shadows once again. I think I am going to do something with these warm tones over here, just because I really love these. Orange is my favorite color, so anything orange I adore. Okay. I'm going to start out here. This is a Morphe M441 brush, just a fluffy kind of blending brush. I really like it. And real quick, I forgot. This palette's got a mirror, so we're gonna go ahead and, if I can get it, peel this sticky stuff off. Alright, here we go. Are we ready? Again, if I can get it. Oh yeah. It's always so satisfying, right? Okay, so let's... Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention is these shadows actually, they came in these little, like, single envelopes, similar to like an ABH shadow that you'd find at Ulta or whatever. On the little pans themselves, on the back of them, they did not have the name of the shadow. It was only on that little plastic carton. So I took a Sharpie, once I took all of these out of the packages, I took a Sharpie and I wrote the name on the back of them. That way I could pick it up and refer to it if I had to. I think I'm going to go ahead and start with this shade right here on the bottom, which is kind of like a brownish orange shade. We're just going to go ahead and just throw that into my crease. Ooh, this mirror is a little wonky. Again, that's, I think, something you get, an issue you have when you buy things on Amazon that are kind of like no name. But it's going to serve the purpose. I can still see in it just fine. It's just, it causes a little bit of distortion. So this is a really pretty color so far. It's kind of just like your standard run-of-the-mill warm brown. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. See, that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and just put this all in my crease. Now these shadows are only $1. Like, that's what they retail for. Now this bundle, I think because maybe we're heading into holiday and fall is getting to the point where we're almost done with it. It was 50% off. So I got all 12 of these shadows, or all 24, excuse me, for only $12, which I thought was a really good deal. I mean, these are super affordable anyway. And then you throw something like that in the mix and it's even less expensive. It's awesome. I'm going to play with my lighting here just a bit. I think I like that better. Alright. So, now that this is in the crease, I'm going to go ahead and I have a shadow switch thingy here that I'm going to use to just swirl and kind of clean this brush off. I want to use this one again for the next shade. I'm going to go a little bit deeper and I'm going to use this one right here. This one is leaning even more orange. It'll help to kind of richen, is that a word? Richen this look up just a little bit. Alright, so now I'm just going to spend a little bit of time blending that. Now the one thing I've noticed about this particular bundle is it doesn't seem like it's got a ton of super deep shades. I mean, the deepest color that's in here would be this one right here, which is kind of a cool toned brown. It's really pretty. I'm going to go ahead and use that to kind of deepen up the outside here. And I think for that, what brush do I want to use? I think I'm going to use this one. It's a Units brush, the Units 113. These are available on Beautylish. It's just kind of a small fluffy blender, and I'm going to use that to pack on that color and then hopefully blend it out just fine. And even though this brown is a little bit cool toned, I think it works with these shadows. Yeah, so I know that Pinky Rose has some deeper colors. This is just the deepest one that came in this particular bundle. So you wouldn't have to worry that this is the darkest shade that they offer, because it's not. You could definitely get something deeper. Now, my eyeshadow style is kind of like, I just really like colors and things to be like really saturated, but then also blown out. I don't like my eye looks to be too structured. So that's kind of what I'm trying to achieve here, is just a real kind of blown out eye look. This mirror has some distortion in it, so it's kind of weird. I'm going to switch to a different one. It's giving me kind of some funky vibes on my eyes here. It's hard for me to tell exactly where I've placed some of the color. Okay, I'm going to clean this brush off just so there's no excess product on it, and then I'm going to go ahead and blend this out a little bit. I think these shadows are really good, especially for only being $1. I mean, even Coastal Scents, their eyeshadows, they go on sale pretty regularly, but at retail they're still like $2 or $3, you know, which is twice to 3 times as expensive as these are. So, and of course, Pinky Rose is an indie brand. They're actually from California, in a city that is close to where I was living when I lived there, in Elk Grove, which is near Sacramento. So of course I feel good supporting a brand that is kind of like close to my stomping grounds. Okay, so I think now what I'm going to do is go ahead and just go onto the lid with a shimmer. Most of the time I like to apply my shimmers with my finger. That's just kind of my thing. This shade I want to try. This one is called Dijon. It's a really pretty kind of mustardy color, this one right here. So I'm going to take that on my finger and just pat this on the lid. Really pretty color. I mean, it's essentially just kind of like a gold. The thing with these shadows that I've noticed as well is, at least in this bundle, not a lot of them are real foiled. They're more of like a light shimmer, kind of a heavy satin, if you will, versus something that's real foiled, which I'm fine with. I don't have to have all of my eyeshadows foiled, but that's just something I wanted to point out. I'm going to take another blending brush. I just want to go over, maybe add a little bit more of that brown, that dark brown, just to deepen it up a tad more. Sometimes when I put a shimmer on, I lose some of that, and so I'll go back in. And then I typically, like I said in the beginning, don't put a lot of shadows on my lash line, but since we did put that primer down there, I do want to put some on there and just see how that goes. I'm going to use this little Morphe pencil brush. There we go. I'm just going to clean it off, make sure it's nice and clean. And then I think I'm going to just go in with the shades that I put in my crease. So I'm going to kind of start with that pumpkin-y color. I might add Just a little bit of that Dijon on the inner part just to pull that in. I'm going to take a smidgen of that brown on this outer part. Again, just to tie it all in. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at right now. I have hooded eyes, and so sometimes I have a hard time actually figuring out the blend and like how I want to connect the bottom and the top. A lot of times I'll go in after I put shadows on my bottom, I'll take just like a micellar wipe or something and kind of clean the edge up so it's a little bit pointed. It's not so rounded. You see how this one looks a little bit darker? I'm going to take a little bit more of the brown on this side. That maybe looks a little better. These eyeshadows, they're really nice. Like, they blend well. I think they're reasonably pigmented, and again, for the price at $1 a piece, like, you really just can't go wrong. Even some of these I could use as an eyebrow shade, which is what I started doing when I was really getting into makeup. I would use either what would be normally considered a brown eyeliner or just a brown shadow and put that in my eyebrows, and it would work well. Alright, well, I think we're good there as far as the eyes are concerned. So, I'm going to go ahead and, real quick, I'm actually just going to I'm going to try one of these as an eyebrow color. Yesterday I did a shadow that was a little bit too warm, so I definitely don't want to make that mistake. I'm going to go ahead and just go back into this shade that I did use on the eyes, and I'm going to put that in my brows. I'm just using this small, it's a not Real Techniques, Eco Tools. I think it's like an eyeliner brush, but these work fantastically for eyebrows. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that in. I think my preferred method of eyebrow enhancement is like a gel. I feel like it's the fastest and the most natural way for me. I'm pretty happy with my brow shape, and I've got a reasonable amount of brow hairs, so I don't have to spend too much time trying to draw in eyebrow hairs. So anything that's a gel is pretty much my preferred route. The Anastasia Dip Brow Gel is really good. I like that one a lot. See, pretty quick and easy there, and then I'll usually just take a spoolie and kind of brush through them if I don't have a gel or anything. Just brush through those. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put on some mascara. I'm going to just do a quick face, and then I'll be back with my thoughts. Guys, and we are back. I've gone ahead and done the rest of my makeup. I used a Sephora brand foundation on my face just to kind of use it up. I've had it for a while and it's almost empty, so I wanted to use it. I put a couple coats of the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara on kind of hastily, so they've looked better than in the past than they do right now. I have a Jeffree Star concealer on, again, just trying to use that up. I've had it for a while. I use the Cali Contour palette just for some light contouring and bronzing, and also the highlighter, which I really like. And then I just have a lip balm on. But as you can see, these eyeshadows are really pretty. I mean, they blend so well. And for only $1 per eyeshadow, in my case, since I got the bundle on sale, 50 cents per eyeshadow, I don't think you can go wrong with these. I mean, the shipping was pretty quick. I think I paid maybe like $6 or $7 for the shipping. They do have a free shipping threshold if you wanted to take advantage of that. But even still, these, I mean, they're so affordable that it's like, why not? I think I want to place another order for some of their additional colors, because what's in this palette, like I said, this is a fall bundle that I bought. Lots of really pretty shades, mostly some warm oranges and browns with a few purples and just a couple of greens, but a really pretty palette. And I want to try some of their other stuff. I know that I was intrigued by their curated palettes, so like the Exotic Peacock, they have the 80s Baby. Those are all really pretty. I want to try those some more. But thank you for hanging out with me today and doing some makeup. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, and keep your eyes out for some more future content. Thanks, or content, not contact, content. Thanks guys, we'll see you later.